Have you ever found that you're stuck in your progress towards a goal? You start strong, moving forward, feeling great, and overcoming obstacles. Then suddenly, bam, you hit a point where you realize, wow, this feels amazing. You start to hold on to that feeling, thinking it might never come again. That's where we often go wrong. When we hold on to a feeling of achievement out of fear of losing it, we start to drift away from the flow, the progress, and the growth that got us there in the first place. It's easy to feel tempted to stay in the comfort of the new high, but staying in the flow, staying in the progress, is where your true power lies. The power of vulnerability. Vulnerability is your strongest state because when you're vulnerable, you're at your most authentic, creative, and powerful self. When you can see vulnerability as strength, you no longer crave the ego. You no longer need to be defined by possessions or past achievements. You're not focused on glorifying what you've done. Instead, you're focused on the process, on who you are when you're stripped of all that, just you, living in the flow. Vulnerability can feel like you are nothing because it takes away your ego and achievements, making you feel naked. Yet that is the same place all your achievements came from, so why not look toward vulnerability as your power? Know that you could stay there 24/7 and your life would unfold 100 times faster. Your essence, the core of who you are, is your power. It's not about doing nothing, it's about taking action while embracing the discomfort of vulnerability. Growth requires movement. Just as a tree stretches toward the sky continuously, you too must reach for new heights. Could you imagine if an apple tree clinging to its plant form out of fear of being a seed again? Dear God, when all it would have to do is let go and life would naturally propel it forward with growth. The same applies for you. Life is effortless once you stop holding on to your ego and fears and embrace growth. And that's where real power lies, in embracing the journey, in seeing growth as a never-ending flow. When you're growing, you're living. When you stop growing, you start feeling stuck. Life doesn't have to be hard if you get out of your own way. Living in this state means letting go of the feeling you got from making your first big accomplishment, be it hitting $10,000 a month, overcoming a personal challenge, or whatever else it may be. That initial feeling was real, but it's not meant to last. If you're clinging to the high of $10,000, how are you ever going to reach a new 20,000 high? You have to let that feeling go, let the achievement fall into your past, and allow it to fuel you rather than define you. The question of what's next. Each time you achieve something, take a moment to say, what's next? It's not about ignoring what you've achieved, but about focusing on the flow that's pushing you forward. Each day, ask yourself, what's the next move? What progress can I make today? When you're thinking about the next step, you're keeping yourself open to growth and stepping into that powerful, vulnerable space. Moving forward. Staying in the flow of growth is what keeps life moving. You can't hold on to the past while trying to step forward. Don't cling to your achievements as if they define you. Instead, focus on what you're doing today, on the work, the process, and on how it all keeps you moving forward. This causes a constant rush of success and constant flow of achievements. Keep that momentum going, and you'll find that life will continue to unfold beautifully. You will create a tapestry of experiences that builds upon each other, enriching your life beyond measure. That's where true power lies, in life, in growth, and in constantly moving forward. Remember, if you embrace this flow, you'll never feel stuck again, because you'll always be ready for the next step. Before I go, I want to leave you with this thought. Imagine you're holding on to $4,000 in each hand and there's another $2,000 stack on the table within reach. However, you're so unwilling to let go of the money you already have, you try using your feet or even your mouth to grab that $2,000. You overwork yourself just to hold on to it all. Now imagine I add to the table 10 more stacks of $2,000 each. How long could you realistically keep this up? It'd be a temporary success at best. You'd be so stressed every time you had to pick up another stack, overworking and struggling, and you would eventually hit a wall. But what if you had the courage to recognize that moving forward and embracing growth often means letting go? You could simply put down the $4,000 in your hands, pick up the new stacks, and put them in your pocket one at a time. With that simple shift in approach, you'd open yourself up to more abundance, making room for what's next. It's about letting go so that you can move forward, effortlessly collecting more along the way. So now that you know the power of letting go and staying in the flow, what will you do with it? Try it out, embrace that vulnerability, focus on progress, and let go of what's holding you back. Watch as life unfolds in ways you never thought possible. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this, hit that like button, subscribe for more, and keep winning.